Today's detour takes place from a city known for being pretty spooky, so I found it appropriate that we start today's detour with a spooky breakfast. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We're doing the blueberry. As you may or may not know, I film all of my detours on my iPhone, and last Friday I went and picked up the new iPhone 11 Pro Max. So it's got that wide-angle lens, and we're going to play around with it before we head out to today's detour. This is the normal lens I would normally film a detour on. Here is the wide-angle lens. With this wide-angle lens, you get to see a little bit more of this room that I always start and finish my detour episodes in. I call it the Shark Bar. It's basically the bat cave of detours. Even this front-facing vlogging camera has a wider lens here on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. And here is the zoom lens. I'm not a big fan of it because, well, I really don't like this too much. The last time I was here in Salem was about 12 days ago. In fact, it was Friday the 13th, and I made a comment that the leaves have not started to change color here in Salem on that particular fall day. Well, I want to thank that keyboard meteorologist who brought it to my attention that, well, it was in fact still summer at that point. But I'm happy to announce, well, it's officially fall here in Salem, Massachusetts. This is going to be a little bit different kind of a detour. Normally I walk around and show you a bunch of witch trial history stuff and, well, the bars around Salem. The shops not so much because they really frown upon some of them filming inside. So anyways, by request, I'm going to stay out of the bars for at least right now and show you something that I've never even experienced before in Salem. It didn't even start until last week. It probably should have started a few months ago, but nonetheless, it started last Saturday. It's here all the way till Halloween night. So as I was walking to the first destination, today's detour, I came across Carly and her husband, Matt. Her husband, Matt, is actually the one that sent me a direct message over Instagram. That's why you need to follow me on Instagram, and told me about this special, well, the special event that's only here for about a month or so. It just started this past Saturday. This is like day, I don't know, maybe not even a week later, but I don't think anybody's ever filmed this yet, so I could have the first video.
True.
I wish your husband was here. I wish you were going on the boat with me.
Wait, are you still the only spot? I saw there was like 5 spots left.
I checked this morning. I was the first one to buy my spot a couple days ago. I was hoping it was just gonna be me.
Yeah.
But right now it's 5 people on this adventure we're about to go on. So
cool.
There's more room for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That'll be fun.
Well, thanks for stopping me.
Yeah.
So how crazy is that? The person that actually requested this detour, I ran into his wife here on the streets of Salem. By the way, I'm not going to go into the Mercy Tavern because I said I'm going to stick away from the Salem pubs. Well, for the time being. We have to pass by the House of the Seven Gables on the way to our first destination. We're not going to stop in here and take the tour today. I have walked by it several times, and it is beautiful property. But I'm more excited about going about 2 blocks down. All right, here we are on Blaney Street, the home of the Salem Ferry. We're not taking the ferry where we're going today. I think I see our boat out there in the distance. I'm not talking about that boat. I'm talking about that boat. That's right, folks. We're experiencing 2 of my favorite things, Salem, Massachusetts, and tiki bars. This experience just opened up last weekend. It's a 90-minute harbor cruise around Salem Harbor. It's a full tiki bar. It appears that the only way to get onto that tiki boat is through this door, and the door's locked. I might have to climb over this cage, like it was a WWF steel cage match or something.
Derek and Derek.
That's me. Just me. One Derek.
Just one Derek.
So I'm getting late on this boat.
There you go, Derek.
Oh, we're about to get on this tiki barge right now. Do I have permission to come aboard, Captain?
Absolutely. Welcome aboard, especially with an Atari shirt. Are you kidding me? Fantastic.
Look at this place. Besides this captain, I'm the only guy on this vessel. I'm not buying any of you one drinks, though. No, it's too expensive.
Real quick, I have to go over a few things that the Coast Guard says I have to. First of all, I've been a licensed captain for 7 years. I operate a charter boat out of here. We go deep sea fishing. My dad was a commercial lobsterman. I grew up on lobster boats. I've spent my life commercial fishing, recreational fishing. I've owned a boat since I was 12 years old and have not ever not owned one.
I want one of those painkillers. You got it. Absolutely. You can make
It's rum, orange juice, pineapple juice, and coconut.
Got a great selection of drinks. The beers are reasonable price, $5 for a can of beer. Got a full liquor bar as well.
Kidding me?
Just not
You
to each
don't
other.
even look 37 years old.
Husband and wife team running the boat. They've been married 37 years. Captain Scott, give us your email address if you want to book a cruise here on the Tiki Hut.
Yes, good afternoon. TikiHutBoats.com. TikiHutBoats.com. I'm Captain Scott. Here's my beautiful wife Sharon. It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. We do have some open dates available. We're going to be open up Halloween week too, so stay tuned for that. Go to our website, TikiHutBoats.com. Click on Book a Cruise here. You'll be able to look at the calendar for available dates and times on any particular day.
And you're open until when?
We're going to stay open right through Halloween.
Till Halloween. How many cruises a day do you run?
On the weekends we run 6 on Saturdays and 5 on Sundays. During the week we run 2 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 4 today, a beautiful Wednesday, and then 2 Thursday, 2 Friday. But like I said, during Halloween week, we're going to open up our schedule. We'll probably do 4 or 5 a day, Halloween week.
And it's what, $31 a ticket to get on the boat, on the vessel?
$30 a ticket, and then we have a cash bar. We take MasterCard or Visa as well.
Come on, you guys gotta come all the way down here to Salem. Come all the way down here. What I mean, you're here in Salem anyways. If you're here for the haunted happenings in Salem, Massachusetts, come down to Captain Scott's
Salem
Tiki,
Harbor, 10 Blaney Street.
10 Blaney Street, and get yourself a cocktail. It's always 5 o'clock down here on Captain Scott's boat.
Come sail with us on the Tiki Time. TikiHutBoats.com.
I like the black cherry. Black cherry is really good. They also have a beef drink.
I've been told there's some stripers out here and some other big fish. They're jumping out of the water. Oh, there they are.
This is my fishing range going to dash. You can see the whites of the backs every now and then.
See, there's a big one over there. See them? See the silver?
Oh, okay, I see them now. I am a little bit colorblind, so keep that into consideration.
All right. Yeah, they're everywhere. Tom would be loving this. I know. It's crazy.
This tiki boat is amazing. It's limited seating. It's only 6 people. There's only 5 on this cruise. It's me and 4 other ladies and Captain Steve and his wife. You definitely need to get yourself a ticket if you're going to be in here during Halloween time here in Salem. Love that. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's probably only about, I don't know, 2:45 or so, but yeah, 5 o'clock, baby.
It's always 5 o'clock on the Tiki Bar. On the Tiki Time.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Check this out. The floating tiki bar also has a bathroom. Very clean. Let's use it. Well, this is a different angle from a famous building and a ship that we always pass by on the way to the House of Seven Gables. That's where they used to bring, what, black pepper and sugarcane in back in the 1800s here in the wharfs of Salem. Out in the distance, the Salem Custom House. It is last call here on the Tiki Bar. Well, we still have some more time to explore Salem, but unfortunately it's the last call here on this bar. Last call has followed me. We've had a good time on this vessel today. What a beautiful day to be out here in the water, right? Didn't go inside any of the bars. Didn't want to upset anybody about me just showing the pubs of Salem. This is a little bit different. You're welcome. We have made it safely back to the wharves of Salem. Well, about 2 blocks down from the wharves of Salem. If you guys are here in Salem for the haunting happenings here in October, make sure you see Captain Scott and his wife Karen, first mate Karen. Take this 90-minute cruise around Salem Harbor. It's totally worth it. Great music, great cocktails. They got snacks if you want them. It's cheap money. It's only $30 to get you on the boat. And again, it only fits 6 people, so you're not crammed. This is definitely a great experience. It's different than the whole witch and warlock and all that kind of stuff you usually see in Salem. It's worth it. And that is what we just saw from the Tiki Boat. The weirdest name ever for a liquor store. Here is the statue of Nathaniel Hawthorne. He was the author of the book, The House of the Seven Gables. Yeah. We just walked by that a couple of minutes ago. Meaning we walked past the house, not the book. All right, let's take a walk up Essex Street. It's the area where most of the tourists hang out when they come to Salem. Essex Street is the home of the old Main Street pub and also the home of Salem's oldest witch shop, Crowhaven Corner. I'm going to attempt to go in there and take some video. I know people want to see more of the shops of Salem instead of the pubs of Salem. Let's see if they let us take photo or video inside of there. You can buy brooms in here, witchcraft candles, voodoo dolls, tarot cards, pentagrams and stones, all kinds of witch books. Oh wow, check out these Ouija boards. And right next door to Crowhaven is this, remember Salem, it's a wizard store. I've been in there before. They have a bunch of Harry Potter type wands inside there. I've never once seen a Harry Potter movie, but this is totally Harry Potter from what I remember at Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. And if you don't want a wand, you can buy some butterbeer inside this Harry Potter type store. I haven't seen any wands. I think they moved the wands since the last time I was here. They used to be out here in display right in the front, but it looks like there's some kind of museum in the back, and maybe that's where all the wands are at. Cool looking store though. Nightfall has descended upon the streets of Salem, Massachusetts. Let's go check out Essex Street and see how haunted it looks out here on a Wednesday night. So this is a pretty rare shot for the fall season here on Essex Street. It's pretty dead right now. Not too many people walking around. It is a Wednesday though. And what is it, like the 25th of September? So October is what, next week? I guarantee every single night of the month of October, these streets will be packed. There'll be people walking around in costume. There'll be people dressed up in costume looking for tips as they take photos with you. I'm talking about, these are like really good actors. Give them their money. I'm gonna step inside the Village Tavern, not for a beer, but just to check out their Halloween decor. The Village Tavern doesn't have their famous Wolfman up quite yet, but they do have some Halloween decorations going on. I always love walking into the Bewitched shop here in Salem. You have a huge collection of candles and incense, witch and spell books. Look at this Stephen King collection. Zodiac symbols and pentagrams. I was spoken to and warned. See, this is why I do not film inside of the shops in Salem. I would love to. They're great places, but they don't want you to. So I respect that. Widget City Inc., my favorite tattoo place in Salem, is open and operational right now. But unfortunately, I'm going to Florida tomorrow, so I'm not trying to get a fresh tattoo where I can't get the Florida sun beating on it the next 10 days, right? So we'll wait till after I get back from Florida for that thing. The Twilight House, they do let you film and take photos inside of. I will be walking inside here. It's basically it's a shop full of horror pop culture goodness. I mean, just look at the horror masks right there. King Kong, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Frankenstein. This is a sick store. If you're into skulls, they got skulls here for you as well. Look at those pillows. Halloween, Friday the 13th, Clockwork Orange. This is what happens when you give a gremlin water after midnight, food, and exposure to bright light. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. That's probably my second favorite Friday the 13th movie. Probably part 2 is maybe part 2, then part 3, and then part 4. It's in my top 3. Summer of 1980. Awesome. I'm a huge magnet fan, and they got a big collection of magnets here. Add to my collection of my refrigerators. Here is the Samantha statue from the TV show Bewitched. You guys remember that from Nick at Night, and well, if you're older than that, from back in primetime television back in the 1960s. Elizabeth Montgomery portraying Samantha Stevens. Right here is the statue of Roger Conant. He is the first settler of Salem, Massachusetts. You can't see him right now because it's dark out, but right behind him is the Salem Witch Museum. The Salem Witch Museum is currently closed for the evening. Again, it's like right after 7 p.m. and all this stuff is closed around Salem. That's a bummer. Yeah, it's pretty much dead tonight here on a Wednesday. All these shops are closed right now. It's not even 8 p.m. yet. I am currently standing outside the Salem Police Department. My dad was a police officer and a police sergeant for nearly 40 years. So I'm going here tonight to attempt to get a Salem Police patch. There's actually a whole merch stand out here of patches and t-shirts. That's pretty awesome.
And there is the Salem PD t-shirt and patch, as promised.
So you guys like this video? You gave it the thumbs up, you left a comment down below. Take it to the next level. Hit that red subscribe button while you're clicking away. Click that small bell. It'll give you instant notification every single time I upload a brand new detour. Check me out on social media. I'm on Instagram at Derek Millen, DerekMillen. On Instagram, I'm posting photos of where I'm currently filming a detour. You're going to see where I am, I don't know, a couple of days before I post that video up on YouTube. And as always, I'll catch you on the next detour.